Welcome back, Five Aces.
Hey people, Five Aces here, and welcome to Conjecture City, the show with your favorite noob caster, Five Aces. And this time we're gonna have ourselves a replay between JibberJabberJobber, who we've seen last cast as the Shoutcast, and he's gonna be up against MotoMoto, this time around faction reversal. He's gonna be playing as the United States Forces, and his commanders are gonna be the mechanized commander, who has access to some decent reserve armor assortments. Recon Support Company, which is a backline raid commander, which is pretty cool. And number 3, if they load in, is the Airborne Company, which allows you to drop Pathfinders anywhere on the map, as well as access to some strong call-ins as well, or a strafe. Ooh, that's the rocket strafe. MotoMoto's commanders, we're going to be checking probably in-game. Alrighty. Let's load on up here. Let's increase the HUD size, as is customary. Fogger Warriors on. Yeah, no items. Final destination, Fox only. Bring it on. So, we're seeing MotoMoto, Sänger out here, Storm Pioneers. This is it. With the great accents. Up against Mr. JibberJabberJobber as the United States Forces with a pizza base, doing whatever a pizza base does. Sending out his first rifle. The rear echelon are... okay, they're building like... what is that? A tank trap. Just to deny himself heavy cover. Oh, that gives heavy cover. Okay. Today I learned. Because usually most of those basic... you usually build wire fences for rear engineers and they deny cover rather than grant it. But tank traps appear to have the opposite function. And we're seeing the same thing as last time. Pathfinders. Those are the I&R Pathfinders, I believe. A kind of an interception and ambush squad, because they can lay in ambush as long as they're in heavy cover and no infantry unit is nearby. They're gonna be stealthed, which is pretty amazing. They also set up a radio network or a radio beacon, whatever it's called. Kübelwagen is out for JibberJabberJobber. Nope, for MotoMoto. Tora, bring it on. Little Kübel here, causing some destruction and havoc as well. Kübels are always nice. Yeah, super cheap. I think 240 manpower. And just chip in some damage against infantry, and they're one of the only vehicles to be able to capture. There are some, and obviously all the American tanks can technically capture because you can jump out of your vehicle, because they have hatches. So you can jump the crew out, capture a point, pray that your opponent is not going to pay attention and steal the tank from under your nose, and then jump back in. Rear echelon, as is the case with all... oh, he walled off here as well, nice. As is the case with all engineer units, they also have a pretty terrible damage over long range. So they're mostly short range or even melee sometimes with the flamethrowers, if you upgrade them. So I&R Pathfinders, as well as the riflemen from JibberJabberJobber grabbing the east of the map. There's already a muni point connected here from MotoMoto, which is pretty good. Gives him access to some early game grenades. Always sweet, especially as a faction that gets the grenades relatively early on. And Storm Pioneers are the extreme definition of a close range, high reward unit. They are very expensive, very brittle, but their damage up close with their MP40s or whatever is insane. There is no contest. They are mano a mano, they're the strongest bang for your buck engineer unit in a direct fight. Ooh, really low. Wow, the rear echelon took a beating here. So far it's looking very good for MotoMoto. Gets a couple models killed off here. The riflemen are in yellow cover, which is basically, I think, a 50% decrease to the accuracy. Yeah, this engagement should go the way of the Germans. However, the I&R Pathfinders are sniffing around, just trying to find an angle. Didn't really get an ambush set up, but that's fine. So the middle, the VP in the middle, gets towards MotoMoto. That's pretty big, and the muni point is not connected. That is a very big deal. That means that in the early game there's not going to be like enough muni stacked for grenades, for hazard removal packages, for any sort of weapon upgrade, such as the Browning automated rifle or the M9 bazookas. But there is a massive rifle blob out. You know what counts as rifle blobs. Oh, we have a Yeah, obviously we have a commander lock-in, so the airborne company it is for JibberJabberJobber. MotoMoto hasn't locked in just yet, hasn't committed. Likes to be a non-committal playstyle here. Likes this non-committal playstyle. Luftwaffe Ground Forces Doctrine. Basically somewhat an equivalent to the airborne. So they both are going for similar commanders in their own respect. Then we've got Scavenge Doctrine, which is a very special one. Ooh, that Nate got dodged nicely. They're going for the Kübelwagen. Okay, I don't think he's gonna get the wipe. Nope. Nice reversal here, but that is a full rout for the Axis army. Overcommitting just a little bit. Those units here are still in green cover, so this is nasty. The beacon, I think, gives line of sight to JibberJabberJobber. And the lieutenant is closing in. Does he have... Oh no, that's the lieutenant. I was confusing him with the major. The lieutenant actually doesn't have access to Browning automatic rifles. He can get upgraded with a bazooka instead. Alright. So that allows the 2 remaining Pathfinders, last men standing, a band of brothers here, allows them to recapture the middle. Cool, they've got those backpacks. Ooh. I really love those models. Just putting it out there. So that's a nice little resurgence for the Americans. And also finally gets to connect his Muni point. He's been lacking it a little bit. Now there is a Raketenwerfer out. As we've stated previously, the Raketenwerfer is a bit weaker than other anti-tank guns in terms of penetration and everything, but its utility is crazy. It can garrison, which is always a risky proposition because as we know, as we learned last game, garrisons can be wiped. But it also is the only anti-tank gun that has a retreat button. Super useful. Ooh, bazooka's been upgraded, but whiffs. First shot of the bazooka not connecting on the Kübelwagen. And taking one more. Oh, needs to book it now. Yeah, but he's been well aware of that, so good on JibberJabberJobber to pull out just in time. He knows when to pull out. Kappa Pride. Pizza Base, does it have any upgrades? I think the weapon racks got unlocked, right? Right? I never know how the American forces work. However, what I know is that they don't get medics, instead they need to purchase an ambulance, and as it stands, Americans are the most susceptible to just a tank sneaking in there and taking out the ambo, because it dies to 1 medium tank shot. So you always need to be on your toes and send that back. But you can pull it to the front lines to heal you guys. It's just a very risky proposition. Costs fuel as well, and fuel is your premium resource. Fuel is way more important than, like in certain aspects, it's more important than manpower and munitions. Because it allows you to get your timings on your tanks out faster, and those are going to be the big ones. Plane, I think that was just a support plane. Yep, that dropped a 50 cal machine gun, which is now being manned by the INR Pathfinders. How did those 2 guys actually win against that 5-man? Wow. That was a Volksgrenadier squad. Vet 1 to boot. I have no idea why he retreated there. There was like nothing coming his way. Maybe a misclick. Happened to me. Ooh, there's the M20 utility car. And that, yeah, lives up to its name because it can deploy mines. This is a very, very nasty thing. It also has a machine gun, can perform some drive-bys. Not too great in combat, but not too shabby either. Uh-oh, Raketenwerfer is setting up. But JibberJabberJobber spots it. Thank you, Steam, for the notification up top. I just needed that for my self-confidence. Yeah, that's anti-tank mines. Pretty useful. Green cover has been established here. I really like the use of green cover by JibberJabberJobber. MotoMoto making a push onto the middle again, but bleeding too many men here, needs to retreat. And the Raketenwerfer is soon to follow, or sure to follow. Ah, Sturmpius. Uh-oh, there's the Panzer II. Ausführung Lux. That thing is pretty lethal. And rear armor as well. It's gonna take a chunk out of that unit. M20 is faster though, so it should be safe. Ooh, can the Raketenwerfer set up, or did it get forced into a retreat? Riflemen do have anti-tank nades. I was wrong, by the way, last game. Brits, who we've casted last game, are the only faction that does not have access to anti-tank grenades on their basic infantry units. So that's why we saw no anti-tank grenades out of the British forces. However, American riflemen, I think, get the grenade unlocked after rank 1. Not too sure. Anyway. So neither of the grenade packages have been upgraded. Anti-tank rifle grenade, yep. Oh no, so that's a straight up upgrade. I don't play Americans. Does it show? It might be showing. Is it showing? Is my American noobness showing? Presumably. But that's a triple cap for JibberJabberJobber. And even I, as a noobcaster, can comment on that being a problem for MotoMoto. Machine gun standoff here. First salvo for the 50 cal. It also is in green cover, so it should be able to handily win that. Ooh, Panzer II coming in. Again, blasting away against this unit. Soft retreating here. So soft retreating just means relocating manually instead of pressing the T button. A hard retreat would be just an all-out book it command. There's an M1 anti-tank gun for the Americans. That's just your stock standard anti-tank gun. I don't think it has anything too special. Oh, it has the sabot rounds. That's a French word, right? So sabot rounds? Like, as an English word, I pronounce it sabot rounds, but I'm pretty sure it's sabot. I'm not sure. Maybe they Americanized that word as well. Oh, so the MGs have suppressed each other. That's slightly awkward. Oh, main gun destroyed crit from the anti-tank gun. Out of left field. All the way from downtown. Ooh, with a force attack as well and misses. There is MotoMoto with a Fallschirmjäger drop onto the anti-tank gun. This should be dead. Those can't retreat. That's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, this is one hell of a dead anti-tank gun. Can even steal that. Uh-oh. There's a 5-man Volk squad. No, it got cut down to 4. No more chance of stealing this without risking a unit wipe. And the MG is setting up. Anti-tank launcher is coming very far forward. Being a bit brave. 50 cal gets some good damage onto that. Ooh. Or is he salvaging it? Yeah, he's salvaging it. Takes a beating though from the utility car, so the weapon survives. So I think that's the doctrine that Luftwaffe ground forces. No, that's non-doctrinal. Okay. So as very low rifleman, but the Panzer II was busy dealing with the lieutenant there. Lucky break. Max like 0 range Sturm Pioneers. Yeah, that's a wipe. That's also a bazooka being dropped. He might actually not want to use that on the Sturm Pioneers. I might actually want to use that on another squad instead. Well, rear echelon are coming deep, trying to steal it back. Yep, got it. Didn't lose a man thus far. Lucky. 1 man down, 2 men down, that's fine. Bazooka survives, squad survives. Man, what a savage play. I mean, to be fair, the rear echelon got forgotten about. They were forgotten about, just hung out to dry. So just salvaging his mistake there. With a line of play that lets him lose slightly less hard. Ooh, so we're up to double Fallschirmjäger. Fallschirmjägers can get upgraded with Fallschirmjägergewehr. Those are serious business. Fallschirmjägers don't mess around, especially when they're upgraded and vetted. There's a decap onto the fuel by the second Fallschirmjäger squad. They don't have Panzerfausts though, so the utility car is free to go into melee range. Ooh, resurgent of the Axis on all fronts, and that M1 still up for grabs. Wait, there was a squad wipe. Where was that? Looks like it must have been here because the what's it called? The Pathfinders are retreating and have Vet 2 as well. So the Panzer II is getting a bit brazen here, running into the anti-tank nade and the rear echelon bazooka. But the anti-tank gun has been salvaged for 5 fuel. Why does that cost? That requires only manpower to build. Why does that give fuel to salvage? Ooh. Nice dive here from the M20 utility car. Pops the smoke. Smoke blocks line of sight, and there's also the rear echelon in the building with the bazookas, so no chance for this Panzer II to follow up on it. Very nice utility car play. What we're seeing here, we're seeing a fuel cache, so the fuel income, despite him not having connected that point, is not that bad for JibberJabberJobber. B, we're also seeing American vehicle repair. Wait, that was a mistake. Ah, okay, he wanted to be in the capture point and still repair. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. So that's the vehicle crew. Each vehicle has their crew. And if you jump it out, this is an abandoned vehicle. And if an Axis squad, like say Fallschirmjäger, gets deployed here and jumps into the utility car, it's gone. And it's gone. So that's a major out as well. That's kind of the side tech to tier 2.5 or whatever. And he looks pretty dead to me. Not gonna lie, there's a flank from the Volksgrenadier as well. Ah, no, okay, those squads are suppressed just in time. Oof. He might still die. Okay, refocusing here, Volksgrenadiers. Oh, they get the wipe regardless. Yikes. That is a bit rough. That's the Americans having led lots of squads. Panzer II is going in deep. Now next on the chopping block might be the MG 50 cal. No. There's a Sherman out now, so the fuel cache has paid off, after all. Rear echelon are dealing with the Panzer as best as they can, according to their abilities, but not according to JibberJabberJobber's needs right now. So, rather, he's banking on the Sherman for that. The Sherman does have a smoke screen, and everything else is just stock standard. Oh, yeah, high explosive rounds. I think that's the one that needs to switch between high explosive and armor-piercing rounds. So again, really deep push into Allied territory from the Axis. And it's looking very good for MotoMoto, despite him, the scoreline is kind of even. But he hasn't invested any fuel into units just yet, so if his Panzer IV comes out in a timely manner, he's gonna have a very strong vehicle core. And the Fallschirmjäger again in the east, capturing the entire map. Whoa! The reverse cutoff from the Pathfinders. Those guys have been really successful. Not gonna lie. Volksgrenadier are closing in, trying to close the gap. And I think... oh no, they're not coming out on hit. Not at all. That's... yeah, I need to give way. MG in the building here. Sherman plus... what? That must have been a misclick. That was a smoke screen too many. You smoking, buddy? Ah, he wanted to deploy mines, but used the wrong hotkey, I presume. Or he's trying to cover up his mines. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, the American player is suffering a little bit. JibberJabberJobber having a smaller slice of the territory than he should have by that point in the game. But he's trying to make amends by pushing out now, still under a double cap, but no triple cap. Both players have been hemorrhaging some squads here and there. Ooh. What was that shell? That was one HE shell into the MG. Wow. That, for the record, that doesn't usually do that much damage. Seriously, I just saw that on the top of the unit bar. It went from 5-man, full health, to a pixel in one shot. That was a lucky shot. Panzer II looks skirting around the edges of the base here. Maybe hoping for an ambo kill or something like that. But ultimately not going too deep. Radio beacons seem pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to put the fog of war on here. I think, maybe it shows units on the tactical map. So I'm not sure how they exactly work, I never used them. Panzer II has again found a very nice angle here. Those Pathfinders are in ambush, but it is very, very apparent because this point is magically being captured. Magical capturing happening! M20 waiting in the wings. Alright. Pathfinders do see the Raketenwerfer. Retreat has been sounded after the nade is going off. That was only the flame nade. He has some more HE shells from the Sherman. It hasn't been upgraded with a 50 cal yet. And here we see the paratroopers. They're also airborne squads, can be called in anywhere on the battlefield. Very useful. Wait. That was a wipe. That was a wipe, wasn't it? Was that the rear edge? No. I'm not sure. Are those even... might be German soldiers. Oh, that's the Sturmpioniere, yeah? Those are some very dead Sturmpioniere. So now he has no more engineer squads. That is super nasty for MotoMoto. Because now he can't build any more tech structures. Oh, speaking of tech structures, he has them all. Gotta collect them all. Well, I'm a bit late to the party, I'm afraid. So, this is a very... the Schwerer Panzer HQ is very particular. It is not only a tech structure that can be placed anywhere on the map, it also can be upgraded with a flak cannon. The flak cannon is very effective against air units, and also does a decent chunk of damage to everything else and suppresses. So the cheese strategy in lower level games is you put this on a very populated area of the map, especially around victory points, and you just lock it down. But against high level players it's not gonna work, because they're gonna creep their anti-tank guns forward and destroy it from afar. So I'm not expecting this to be very forward in a high level 1v1. Oh, bazooka shooting the rocket launcher instead. There's a network of support weapons here. Does the airborne commander offer any good solutions to that? No, I feel. No, it doesn't have any AoE suppression. Yeah, so maybe... Ooh, those guys are waiting in ambush. Wait, is he seeing them? Is he aware of their presence, apparently? Maybe the radio network helps? Helps with detection? I'm not sure. So the Panzer II, up to 11 kills, very solid. How are we doing with... Ooh, Sherman already on 12, and he has been on the battlefield for far less time. Still has some time to grow and some potential. Also gonna reach Veterancy 1 very momentarily. That's gonna give him... Okay, access to RadioNet. So, no stat bonuses, instead just utility bonus. Fallschirmjägers with support of the looks are pushing back those paratroopers and taking a chunk out of them. There's gonna be, I think that's a Jackson. Must be a Jackson, right? And he's gonna be up against that looks like a Panther to me. But I'm never too sure with those icons, and both are built around the same time. Both coming out in a very timely manner. And that's now triple cap for JibberJabberJobber established, so resurgent. There's also the Vet 1. Vet 2, navigate the battlefield faster, so more mobility, as well as fire the main gun with greater accuracy. That's big. More accuracy, more mobility. Good stuff. Vet 2 is what you want. Pathfinder's up to 3 stars and 8 kills. Decent, decent. What do they get? Line of sight? Survivability and weapon control under fire. And fire with greater accuracy and range. Ooh, Vet 3 is spicy. Just those stat bonuses are always insane. Okay, Volksgrenadiere are in deep. Could get cut off, but the Panzer II is making sure that that's not happening. Ooh, this guy. Wouldn't like to be this guy. Makes it out to base in one piece, apparently. Yep. He took a tank shell to the back, and he survived. That is one resilient one resilient American soldier. And now we've got the Jackson out. That is such a deadly combination. Sherman on HE is gonna blast away at the infantry. Ooh, the Panzer though! The Panther. Perfect timing for the Panther. Wow, that was a wipe. Clutch wipe. There's a destroyed light vehicle somewhere around here. The M20 went down. Oh yeah, double anti-tank guns. And there's probably a record somewhere around here. But the bigger thing that we witnessed was the Jackson announcing its presence, the Panther also announcing its presence, and getting pushed back immediately. Those are automated repairs, I feel. That's not an engineer squad. Wow, MotoMoto did refuse to rebuild. That is stubborn. Refused to rebuild his Sturmpioneer. They are a very expensive squad though, so I think 320 manpower. He's also going for another tech truck. What is that gonna be for? He has all the tiers unlocked, right? He's got the mechanized regiment. He's got the Schwerer Panzer HQ. I think that's all you need. Or is it the infantry support group or whatever that is missing to complete the Exodia of Wehrmacht play? Anyway, that's the big one. The M Jackson needs to not die to the Panther, otherwise the Germans can easily overrun. I feel that's the gist of it. So those trucks, they deploy into tech buildings. The trucks themselves are not very expensive, but as soon as they deploy into something that costs you a lot of fuel and resources. Wow, Panzer II getting down real low. All out assault in the middle. The Sherman has been so good. Found so many good chunks of damage as well as a couple of wipes as well. The one around the building was insane. The MG is a bit out of position, should actually be locking down this VP. instead of just sitting here. You need to be in the circle, otherwise you're not going to be capturing it. Probably a misplay. Same misplay here with the paratroopers, unless they're just waiting in ambush, but they're not camouflaged, so it doesn't make sense. Sherman going out on an adventure. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta see the HE is a bit more potent than I remember. Also, I'm surprised to see so many Panthers in 1v1s, because they always felt underwhelming to me. Panthers always felt to me like they were inferior to just a straight up Jagdpanzer or whatever. Sure, they're more mobile, more durable, but less range and just less... Ooh, he's coming in deep. He knows that the Jackson is waiting. This could be bad. Oh, bounces the shot as well, but the Panther decides against pushing in. That AT gun was just positioned just right. Okay, rectifying his mistake here. And the Jackson is repairing in a semi-safe zone here. Now the left-hand side is going towards the Axis player. MotoMoto definitely also making some progress on the map. Could get the MG flanked, yeah, that's gonna be a paratrooper flank with MGs. Lethal, lethal. But paratroopers have pushed back the Raketenwerfer, so no anti-tank support for the time being. Nasty, nasty. Soft retreater, I like that, because that keeps the MG on the battlefield. And then MG is useful as long as it has at least one member in the crew left. But yeah, gonna suppress the Fallschirmjäger almost instantly. And suppression means less damage coming out for them, less mobility, and less range for their active abilities. Renders infantry units useless, and if they stay too long... Oh, there's a nade somewhere. Didn't catch it. Oh, it's here. Okay, that wasn't enough to deter the paratroopers from advancing. No, sir. So yeah, and if they stay in the MG arc for too long, they get pinned, and pinned units can't do anything anymore. They just sit there and take it. Take the D. Anti-tank gun, repositioning. Jackson as well. Man, those Pathfinders in ambush. Still only 8 kills, but those 8 kills have probably added some shock value to that unit. Paratroopers on the right-hand side. Ooh, lucky miss with... I think he's attack grounding here. I think he doesn't have the... Yep. That is just... He is just force firing through the hedge because he doesn't actually see the squad. That's why this is missing. Force fire doesn't only... Ooh, ambush. Opening up other Pathfinders, but I don't think that's gonna happen. No, retreat. Panther is having none of that, though. So yeah, not only do you have to guess where your opponent's tanks are, but you also, or where your opponent's units are, but you also have to deal with an innate accuracy negative modifier. Panther is in a really good position here. Can play around the hedge without being tagged by the anti-tank. Ooh, grenade onto the M1. Gets killed. That is big. If he can salvage that now, he denies it. And both the Raketenwerfer are pushing in. Ooh, big push for the Axis. And the Allies have to do everything in their power not to fall apart at the seams right now. Okay. AT launchers get pushed back. Lucky. Double Jacksons. That is a good call. Against Axis, they're always going to have access to more armor at some point. Lost another weapons crew. Ooh, a mortar squad that he lost. That wasn't on the battlefield for too long, I feel. Can be repurposed. As well as the AT gun, so lucky break here. Veterancy 2 now. That is pretty good. On the Sherman. Veterancy 3, I think, would also be pretty sick. Main gun targeting and rate of fire. Yeah, rate of fire is such a good upgrade. Ha! That was a nice attempt trying to kill the units advancing onto the M1 anti-tank gun. Fallschirmjäger, wow, those guys are now... they're beasts. Reduces the chance for the unit to be hit by enemy fire. Allows the unit to remain hidden when moving in cover. Wait. Did he try to kill that? Was that an accident? I'm not sure. Anyway. Veterancy 4 already for the looks. Holy cow. That is some serious flackening now. Veteran C4 gives you range on the main gun and sighting equipment. And Veteran C5, okay, this is when the looks becomes insane. Then it gets suppressing fire, that's an active ability. And at that stage, it's just a mobile MG team. Mobile MG team, 0 setup time. That thing becomes so strong. That's what I was saying, that the Oberkommando West units just vet up stronger, faster, harder. So the longer the game goes and the longer you can preserve your units, the harder it gets for opposition to actually do something. Very concentrated blob. Man, that is a light vehicle. Ooh, lucky break. Last shot from the Jackson misses. But that is a light vehicle and it has absorbed 2 direct anti-tank gunfire shots. That is some serious durability as well. But it's still looking good in the VP department. We're, by the way, half an hour deep and feels like the game has just begun in terms of VP. We're we've approached the mid-game, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Also something that you have to note from pro players, they always have their weapon teams facing the correct way. It's so impressive to watch. Whenever I play this game, my MGs get flanked all day. The enemy gets flanks for days on me. But those guys are not letting that happen. Whenever they sense an infantry unit approaching, they just rotate their MG teams accordingly. Same with anti-tank guns. That is one of the main skills in Company of Heroes 2. Whoa. Rear Esh, you better get back to base. That mortar didn't even get recaptured. You didn't value it too highly, it seems. Yeah, the anti-tank, the anti-infantry firepower is not that great if you take the MGs out of the equation. And take them out of the equation, you'll have to probably. Alright, double Jacksons advancing. Does he really want to steal a mortar? He probably does. Uh-oh, that's a call-in. That is the airborne assault. Okay, not too terrible. Not the most lethal, but it pins units. Ooh, he's staying. Okay, that's just an MG down, that's fine. The anti-tank launchers are setting up though, that is so big. Why aren't they firing? What? They had clear line of sight on the Jacksons. I think one of them should have died here. Did they bug out? I'm not sure what happened there. Free fire. Wait a sec. No, that's fine. So I have no idea what just happened there. Well, they're gonna kill an MG team. And also an M1 anti-tank gun, probably. Plus the Sherman. And the Sherman is not on... It's getting abandoned and then killed by the strafe. Oh, what a swing. All the crew weapons for the Americans just got dismantled. There is now a P4 as well. Oh no. Is this gonna be the end? Is this gonna be the 1 GG push? There's 1 Jackson remaining. Wow, all the infantry back in base. Oh my goodness. The American pain train, the wheels are falling off the pain train. Ooh. Only the Jackson there to hold the line. He's pinned against his own base here. Yikes. Okay, gets at least 1 Fallschirmjäger wipe in return, but that's not enough. That is just not enough. Look at the top left. Look at the top right. Usually... Oh! Paratroopers taking a beating! Cruising for a bruising here. Well, the P4 might go down. Oh! There is the rifle, but the anti-tank grenade is on cooldown. Oh, a bounce! This is insane. The Jackson has bounced. Okay, has destroyed its target. But in comes the Panther. It isn't healthy enough to trade with the M Jackson, I feel. Paratroopers need to book it as well. They're staying here to provide line of sight. He's sacrificing them willingly. And where are the AT launchers? That's the big question. Man, at the end of the... Oh no! Rifleman going down as well. At the end of the day, yeah, JibberJabberJobber has definitely been bleeding a lot more. He's been hemorrhaging squads. He's been losing almost all his few units. Another weapon team down, another rifleman squad down. He is up against the ropes here. Salvages 1 anti-tank gun. That mortar not looking too juicy anymore, to be honest. He is now strapped for manpower. building another Jackson as well. Interesting, because the enemy composition is more infantry focused than anything else. And he doesn't have the insanely strong Sherman with the incendiary munitions anymore. So I don't know, it's not looking too hot for JibberJabberJobber this time around. Shooter stuck to his Axis main guns. Oh god. Veteran C5. Lux is on Vet 5. Wait a sec, is that not an active ability? I thought it was. 26 kills. One of them being a building and one being a vehicle. Impressive. I mean, at that point, if I were him, I would probably tap out, but JibberJabberJobber is still seeing a line of play here that ensures him the victory. Those guys are fighting from the wrong side of the sandbags, but that's fine. They still have green cover, whereas the paratroopers don't. But yeah, paratroopers are good up close and good on the move. So that was a good route. AT launchers, Raketenwerfers are still stalking. Ooh. Oh, a mine has been triggered by the Panther. That was the M20 mine from earlier. Now I think he's got turret lock. Yeah, he had turret lock for a while. And that MG gun. MG gun is a bit redundant, huh? That MG team. That's what I was trying to get at. Oh boy. So the Fallschirmjäger are also resurgent onto the victory point. That is a triple cap firmly established, and the middle is fortified. Maginot would be proud. The quarter-ton ambulance, 3/4-ton ambulance, still no kills on that. What a shame. 0% efficiency. Oh wait, the MG team wasn't suppressing quickly. Panzer 2 is also now stealth. That thing is now a stealth, like, observer as well as a mobile MG platform. Oh no. Please no, please make it stop. Over Commando West, please. Oh, what a deep flank from the P4. That was a moderately unsmart idea. Ouch, that's smarts. That was the 200 IQ play there. Probably to free up supply. No, really, I think he was hoping to catch some of the repairing Jacksons off guard. Just throwing away a medium tank, that's not something he can do. But he's still in a commanding position after all that. I was trying to combine that with the AT launches, but Raketenwerfer took a bruising. He did recapture the mortar team, really. 81 mils. Ooh, that's it for the Panzer Lux, I feel. Yep. Vet 5 Panzer 2 Lux, that was a heroic unit. Seriously. But he's got a lot of fires to put out right now. The entire map is looking very blue to me, and the Panther is on Vet 2. Improved weapon tracking and armor. You can't kill this thing easily anymore after Vet 2. Ah, smoke barrage, that is a very good... That's why he built the mortar, I feel. The smoke barrage allows him to creep onto weapon teams without any actual peril to himself. That is, yeah. That makes complete sense, very smart. I love those high-level matches. They look like they're gonna be dragging on for a long time, but then they could also end within a blink of an eye. You could lose all your tanks in a concerted push, and then you just tap out. Yeah, the Panther is doing a really good job. I don't usually see that being too effective, but this game... Okay, he rebuilt the Sturmpios this time around. That is a very costly endeavor, but he still is floating some manpower, 400. JibberJabberJobber more on the lower end. Both have enough fuel to go for another medium. Neither of these doctrines, which is highly unusual by the way, neither of these doctrines do offer access to a heavy tank. Yeah, mostly munitions heavy in the late game. It's the P-47 rocket strafe versus the airborne assault. Valiant assault, that's a pretty lackluster one, I believe. Fallschirmjäger are good. Stuka smoke reconnaissance will make a reconnaissance pass on the target location to reveal enemy forces before dropping smoke. Cool. Useful. Yeah, the paradrop machine gun, we've seen it. And a paradrop tank, anti-tank gun as well. So basically, this commander allows you to skip that the commander that you can Allows you to skip the lieutenant, I believe. I think it's the lieutenant, or is it the major? It allows you to skip one of them that allows you to call in the support teams, because you've got access to all your paradrop support weapons. So it also saves you some fuel to pick this commander. That's the trade-off, is that the late game isn't very strong per se, like it doesn't have any good call-ins. Uh-oh. The airborne assault is being called in again, and there has to be a retreat. This is just gonna be a dead 50 cal. That Pathfinders as well. He's trading so hard, jeez. Wait, why isn't this suppressing the Pathfinders? Huh? This airborne assault isn't doing shit. Okay, now we're seeing some Daka. Ooh, anti-tank gun gets dismantled. Disengunned, if you will. Yeah, the anti-tank gun just got disengunned. Kappa. Ooh, also salvaging the wreckage of, I think that was the Panzer IV. Wait, what else did I lose? Oh, one more rifleman squad. Oh. It's looking very bleak. Very bleak for JibberJabberJobber indeed. He's pushed against his own base again. Triple cap established. Yeah, MotoMoto has been really persistent and valiant in his attacks there. Some sort of mines got planted by the Sturmpires. I think it must be vehicle mines, because they can... Oh no, that was just wire fence. Okay. Yeah, let's see them go toe-to-toe melee range. They have a stun grenade. Is he gonna use the stun grenade? Ah, they need veterancy for that. Fair. The MG team still making the life of JibberJabberJobber brutally hard, too unattainable. Oh, a counter mortar as well. It's not a mortar, it's a infantry support gun, but that's the equivalent. Difference being that it has a directed cone of fire, so it requires a bit more attention. But it's also stronger, and it's like the rate of fire is insane. Look at all those weapon teams sitting around. Man, a kingdom for the Soviet shock doctrine that allows you to call in what is it called? The incendiary artillery. Incendiary artillery would be insane. Look at those rotations. 360 no-scope rotations from the Raketenwerfer. Always keeping them on their toes. This Sherman is in a compromised position, to say the least. Not gonna die, but taking a bruising. Middle VP is neutralized. And the Panther is sensing an opportunity here. Pathfinders re-emergent. Man, both the field points being held by the Axis for so long, that is such a big deal. We're up to Double Panther. Hello there! Going straight into the arms of a Double Jackson. The loving embrace of Double Jacksons. Whiffing, fortunately, with a couple of those shots. And the second Panther is here to stay. Really awkward reversal on this Sherman, but that's like a 3-point turn. That's what you learn in driving school, my friend. Uh-oh, the Jacksons are not on prioritized vehicles. That means that they're just gonna waste their precious shells on infantry. And that doesn't do shit. MG teams suppressing each other, that's a very good style, very good form, and the infantry support gun is gonna make sure that the German MG team is gonna come out ahead. Oh! But there's been a smoke barrage. Yeah, no. MG team has to give way. Fortunately, paratroopers are here to the rescue. MG is setting up in smoke. I don't think it can shoot right now. So it might be forced back eventually. Man, playing around these weapon team arcs is so difficult. This is masterclass Company Furies 2. Ooh, grenade is coming in. Gunner gets decrewed. Oh, the paratroopers up close with a wipe. Fantastic play. Absolutely great. But there is so much more to do. Where's the mortar? Oh, it's sitting back. A bit farther back. Left-hand side. Oh, those have been S-mines. They have taken out a couple of riflemen, but the squad is still intact. Ooh! And those paratroopers actually got the flank off. Thought they would just be pinned before that. ISG doing its best. sometimes the best is just not good enough. Yep, pushing away those infantry now. Killed 5 infantry and veteran C2. Faster smoke barrages, okay. Range of smoke barrages, what's that? What are those rank ups? Ready the weapon faster for subsequent smoke barrages, Kappa Pride. Advanced weapon team training enables the squad to fire an extra smoke barrage per salvo. Weapon team proficiency increases weapon targeting, resulting in greater smoke barrage lethality, and yeah, you get the gist. Joke has run its course, but come on. Ah, here's a third Jackson. That is a thing you can do in this game. You can go up to 3 Jacksons. Luckily the Fallschirmjäger don't have any infantry in their targeting cones right now, because those guys, Veteran C4, equipped with the... what's it called? Oh, they're deadly. Alright, Double Panther versus Triple Jackson. Gun crew got killed again. P-47 Strafe, or Airborne Junker 47, 87 Strafe, that's it. Definitely taking its toll there on the American infantry. The Sherman is kiting back so nicely into the embracing arms of the supporting rifleman squad. Very low. Both Panthers very, very low. Is he force firing? Oh, missing. That might be a dead Jackson. Yep. 1 Jackson going down for absolutely no gain in return. Man, I can't stress... Uh-oh. The Sherman also gonna die to another Panzerfaust here. Wait, he doesn't have the munitions. No, he might be. Oh. There's the AT guns. And this thing is stricken. It's dead. He would have had a shot kiting back because MotoMoto didn't have the munitions. But you can't see your opponent's munitions because Panzerfausts cost munitions. Grenade whiffs, but at least dislocates the MG. The Americans are hanging in by a thread here. Not exactly fun times for the Americans. Just down to a husk crew. And I think the writing's on the wall. Ooh. Gets one of the repairing Panthers that was repairing in an awkward spot. But yeah, less than 100 points now. There is a bolstering of forces by means of a paratrooper squad being called down. Alright. Veteran C5 Force Grenadiers. Now they're just so durable. Flame grenades coming in as well. And another... it's a weapon team. Alright. Just throwing everything and the kitchen sink on the map just to stay in the game. And those guys, they're burning. It's not a good place to make a drop-off. They took a lot of damage. Fortunately, they have access to their healing supplies. Yeah, reinforce. Oh, wait. Did he call the ambo? Where's that coming from?
We're down to 75 goddamn points.
Near base buildings. There is no base building nearby, good friend. I doubt that beacons count as base buildings. Okay, but Company of Heroes 2 never ceases to amaze me. With how mechanics work, and you basically can't learn everything there is to learn in this game. That is my thesis. You can't know everything there is to know about Company of Heroes 2. Even the highest tier of professionals still learn something new every day. I bet even the developers learn something new every day about their game. Anyway, it's looking so good for MotoMoto. He has beaten JibberJabberJobber back. Oh, that Jackson has a very awkward turret facing. Grenade through the smoke! Absolutely smokes the paratroopers. Oh my lord! They might both stand to go down here. Fortunately, there's been a retreat from the Fallschirmjäger as well. That grenade! Oof. Rough. Very rough. Volksgrenadiers are coming in for an opportunity at a squad wipe. Look at this. This is just exactly what we're talking about, like the sensing opportunities for a squad wipe, especially... What? Why did they get crushed? That's not usually what happens. When they're out in the open and not suppressed, they're not usually getting crushed. Huh. But this map, American forces in disarray. Man, what is this game?
Thanks
One Panther on the right-hand flank, one Panther going straight through the middle. Trying to find the Jacksons. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Maybe even sniping the ambo would be good, because it takes so much time to heal up your squads anyway, and then just denying that opportunity. There's another Sherman out. With that crew, are you even able to make it work? Whoa. The Raketenwerfer, they're trying to angle for the Jacksons. I mean, that was not exactly a good idea. Now he's gonna be without an AT option. A light vehicle just got destroyed. Was there ever a light vehicle? Oh, yeah, the ambo. Of course. That was the base dive I was talking about. Panther now going for a flank on the rear end side. On the rear side of the Jacksons. That surely is gonna be it. Like, come on. Is there gonna be a possibility to come back from this? I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. But we've seen crazier comebacks. The Panther, it basically only has one opponent left here. Oh, wastes a shot on the Sherman though, because the Sherman has it switched to AP. I mean, it's double Panther. The smoke screen might help JibberJabberJobber here though. And he's neutralized the VP situation for now. Uh-oh. The Panther is going deep, trying to find the Sherman. Man, this is so crazy. Oh. There is an anti-tank, the clutch anti-tank gun coming in right as the engagement starts. Is it gonna happen? Oh! Oh my goodness. The anti-tank gun is facing the exact right direction. The Panther goes down. But the main gun is destroyed on the Jackson. Oh, this is so dicey. Anti-tank gun frantically trying to rotate, and both the vehicles are kiting, but Blitzkrieg. Panther is just so much faster here. Oh, is he going for it? Oh my goodness! The Sherman gets the kill. The Sherman of all vehicles. It's not very good against armor usually. Gets the kill on the Axis heavy tank, medium to heavy tank. So there is a Lux has been repurchased. Radio nets. That stun grenade. That is Value Town. The Value Town's stun grenade. Good night, Sherman. We hardly knew you. That was a slip of attention. Very, very strong play from the Raketenwerfers especially. He didn't lose them. It's obviously easier to keep them alive than any other AT squads because they can retreat, but still. That is such an impressive feat. Going for the MG team. Alright. Oh, MG team gets wiped. That's pretty good. Now focus firing onto the Fallschirmjäger. They are Vet 5. They're so durable. Oh, this is no joke. Those units pack some serious punch, and they're also like the defensive curl on them is crazy. Anti-tank gun being repurposed. Where can they reinforce from? Is this close enough to the base? Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that went about as I expected. More paratroopers. They're being called in one by one. I just don't know. Is that really close enough? Doesn't look like it. Crazy. And another anti-tank gun to boot. I mean, it's just gonna be an endless stream of paratroopers reinforcing. You can't hold this position. There's gonna be more. But wait, there is more. What is this madness? Double VP being captured for JibberJabberJobber now. What the actual hell? He does not have any vehicles left. He does not have any anti-tank solutions left. He needs to get onto the anti-tank gun and does asterisk. Uh-oh. That is an all-out assault. Well, Raketenwerfers are just here, you know, just happy to contribute. Which they're not, for the record. Uh-oh. Pathfinders. Almost dead. 57 victory points as well. Oh, this is the last stand. I fear this is the last stand for JibberJabberJobber. But what a great display. I didn't expect this game to go up to an hour. But holy cow. Zero fuel. Solid. Nice. Alright. Paratroopers are reinforced and healed back up. Oh. Pathfinders just died. That is literally... Yeah. What is he building here? I think that's a Sherman. He is only owning a couple strips of land here. This is looking like the border between the Netherlands and Belgium. Because if you know the geography there, there's some really crazy and wacky things where towns are split in half and yeah, it looks quite crazy sometimes. You know, those Pathfinders can't do it, the paratroopers can't do it by themselves. I'm sorry, good sir. We regret to inform you that your units are, in fact, quite dead. Ooh. Is there gonna be a wipe? Probably. Come on, it has to be a wipe, right? Panzer II is not the most accurate on the move, but that should still be enough. Oh, in comes the Sherman. Wow, they survive. Crazy. Killing gun crews over and over again. At that point he doesn't need fuel income anymore. Can sustain himself simply off just salvaging all the MGs that are sitting around here. MGs, assorted anti-tank guns, assorted team weapons. I mean, to be fair, no one has any... That is the only armored unit on the field right now. Oh, the Sherman is going in on the smoke cover. That is not the worst. Ooh, the Panzerfaust got wasted early on. That means that... Okay, he got out from under the arc. He's just playing Ring Around the Rosie with the tank launchers now. But realistically, no, there is no way. As soon as this thing gets snared, it doesn't... Yeah. Ooh, gets some nice crashes. But that means it doesn't... Wow! Dislocates both the rocket launchers. But there is not enough time left, I presume. I think the clock is ticking too fast here. No way to get down to get onto all the victory points. Yeah, GG being called. Second to last infantry unit dead as well. Man, what a heroic last stand for the American forces, but ultimately too slow, too little, too late. Oh, and paratroopers being called in. Fajimiga, just to seal the deal. What a match! That is 1 hour of Company Furies 2 madness. A little plug, get it now. It is still $1 on Steam, and the way this works, you get the base game, you get two base factions with it. You get the Soviets and you get Wehrmacht. If you want to play as the expansion forces, that is Americans, Brits, or Oberkommando West, which we're seeing here, you have to purchase them separately as a DLC. And if you want to get new commanders, because each faction starts out with like 5 or 6 commanders to choose from. If you want more, you have to purchase them in the in-game store or unlock them with in-game currency, which is slow to earn, but hey. And if you purchase it now, there's also a free downloadable pack where you can get some new missions for it. Anyway, that was amazing. We're gonna quit the match here and take a look at the statistics. If I kill one, it is a tragedy. If I kill millions, it is a statistic. Best RA Stalin impression. I'm gonna take a look at the stats for the time being. So this is a game that is very highly unusual because no late game call-ins, no late game heavy tank call-in commanders. Both just going toe to toe with early game pressure and infantry. And honestly, JibberJabberJobber held on for much longer than I suspected. I thought it would have been down and out, probably around the 30-minute mark. The Panther was super strong this game. Not usually what I expect from a Panther. Damage dealt very close. Yeah, still a close game after all that's said and done. Look at the veterans in the Volksgrenadiers. Oh, the Raketenwerfers. Those guys didn't die either, not a single time. Panthers, look at the vehicle damage, that is just insanity. Unfortunately, we can't check the other player. Would be interesting to see the Shermans the Jacksons as well. Anyway, that concludes our cast for the time being. I'll be back next week with another amateur cast. It's amateur casting hour at the Apollo. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. More Company Furies on the menu and also more Red Alert Open RA. On the menu, so check that out as well if you're interested in RTS. See you next time. 5 aces out.